city of Jerusalem for tonight's Basketball Champions League fixture between our hosts Hapoel Yahav Yerushalayim and the visitors from Turkey, Darüssafaka. What promises to be a very exciting matchup, of course. These two teams with high prominence in both their respective domestic leagues, but at the moment, it's about battling it here at Europe's premier competition, the Basketball Champions League. This is season number 7. Well, you can see the very faithful Yerushalayim fans. Of course, all other fixtures going on in this group. Back in Bears tomorrow, they'll be taking the journey all the way just south of Stuttgart to take on MRP Riesen Ludwigsburg, a team that made it to the Final Four last season. But at the moment, it's going to be a real power battle here. I mean, the likes of some of the key players. Now, Speedy Smith is coming to the backcourt here for Hapoel, along with the likes of Levi Randolph, the experience in Khadeen Carrington. Well, last year was playing for Jedia Dijon, one of the rival teams here at the Basketball Champions League. But at the moment, these fans, they are ready to make this a hell of an atmosphere. It's live, and it is season number 7. Well, one thing you have to anticipate, of course, is that one thing that these players will have to do, they have to meet the expectations of what is one of the biggest clubs in Israel. And really, the expectations, of course, for Yerushalayim, as well as Darüssafaka for that matter. There you can see Great Britain international Gable Asheni. They will be battling for a top position. Well, Markel Starks is one of the key additions this season. Now, Ercan Osmani played for Turkey at the current FIBA Eurobasket. Wayne McCullough obviously coming back, while Doyos Ozdemiroglu, one of the key favorites. Remember, this team knocked out the two-time defending champions, Harena San Pablo Burgos, before coming up short in the second round of last season. Well, for Hapoel Yahav Yerushalayim, the season started off very poorly, of course, and they had to make a coaching change. And in the end, they got things back to a 3-3 record in the regular season with Baximon Ressa and Pinata Kosciuszko, but couldn't get it out in the play-ins. Ty second for returning this season. Now, one of the key players to look out for is Noam Dovgat, one of the key youth players, along with Gilad Levy. Now, we mentioned Khadeen Carrington, Levi Randolph, and Speedy Smith. While Mareks Meiris, the Latvian international, will have to play big minutes inside here. Dachka, as they are also known as, Darüssafaka, key team from Istanbul, last season finishing in 5th place. There is Ercan Osmani, the Turkish international. We finish 5th place in the Turkish Basketball Superliga, just below Gaziantep. The tempo, as we mentioned, is going to be key early on with these two teams. One thing they're going to have to try and make sure, as mentioned, with key players such as Ozdemiroglu, and not to mention the likes of Wayne McCullough, really make the use of their perimeter shooting. Well, they are coached by Ernak Selçuk. And now we take a look at Alexander Djikic, the head coach of Hapoel Yahav Yerushalayim, and some of his key players. Now, last season, fortunes did turn around for them in the regular season when they brought back Suleiman Brema. But again, you got to look at that side right there. Look at the atmosphere. These fans really make it a hell of an atmosphere here in the Paye Arena. If you ever come here in Israel and you catch an Israeli Winter League game, one of the games you have to look out for, and you could probably see it this coming weekend, is when Hapoel Yahav Yerushalayim take on Hapoel Holon, who recently won their opening game here this evening in the Basketball Champions League on the road in Warsaw, Poland, in overtime, led by Joey Raglan. And those two teams will feature in the Israeli Winter League, the domestic professional basketball league of Israel. Well, this is a freshly new-look team, of course. As you mentioned, Levi Randolph last season playing for Ostend, of course. Khadeen Carrington, as we mentioned, with Jedia Dijon, and Speedy Smith was an iconic hero leading Ritas Vilnius to the first LKL championship in over a decade, defeating the likes of Neptunus Klaipėda and Juventus Utena on the way. Well, there is Speedy Smith, one of the best on-ball defenders you will find here in Europe. And again, big expectations for him tonight here in the Basketball Champions League. Well, there is Gilad Levy, of course. Now, he featured along with Noam Dovrat for the Israeli under-20s that finished 4th place at the under-20 European Championship this summer. And Oz Bleiser, of course, making the journey over from their bitter rivals in the Israeli Winter League, the team that plays in Tel Aviv. And again, Hapoel fans will see that as a huge victory for them to take one of the players that they were booing last season. So Bleiser's got a big season, but here is potential. Well, Noam Dovrat and Gilad Levy, of course. Jikic trying to put them a part of his system. Now, there is a man with a lot of experience, one of the highly talked about coaches. Now, we're talking about a coach, of course, who comes from Belgrade. You talk about the mecca of European basketball, who was an assistant for 3 seasons in the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA. But again, the fans here in Europe will be looking at the accolades when he was with Ritas Vilnius Studiantes, the Movistar Studiantes, last year, obviously in Montenegro. Well, now we've introduced our 2 teams. We'll get set to introduce our officials for tonight's game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to say we have some of the finest officials here from Bosnia and Herzegovina, Italy, and Montenegro. We have Radimir Vojinovic. From Italy, we have Benjamo Manuel Atar. And from Bosnia and Herzegovina, we have Ademir Zurapovic. And again, we thank you to all. We thank all the hard work and loyalty to all of our officials. And now we'll take a look at the starting lineups. Well, Darüssafaka, of course, some returning players, but the key one you want to look out for is Gabe Norwood. I mean, he is one of the premier back-down post players. Well, Ozdemiroğlu as well. Now, Wayne McCullough will start as a 2-man, and that's a big lineup. Elchan Osmani and Gabe Olasheni will start inside with Markel Starks and Akwazi Yaboa, the British international. Well, there is head coach Ernak Selçuk. Again, a man who, for him, it's about making sure his team have the right mindset and making sure that mentally as well as physically that they are prepared for the challenges that lay ahead. Big expectations with Darüssafaka, who once were coached by the great David Blatt and had a taste of minimal European experience. And right now it's the prime time for them. Can Darüssafaka win where it really matters here in the Basketball Champions League? Well, if you want to go back to last season for Hapoel Bank Yahav Yerushalayim, their opening game here in the Basketball Champions League was against another Turkish side, Pinar Karşıyaka. But at the moment, Cornelius, Zach Hankins, Levi Randolph, Speedy Smith, and Estonian international Sim Sandovene will all make the starting lineup. So Kadeen Carrington coming off the bench here. And again, it's a very much a new-look team here for Yerushalayim. The man from Belgrade, as we mentioned, last few seasons coaching in Montenegro. Again, now bringing his expertise here to the Holy Land, into the holiest city throughout the world, for that matter, here in Yerushalayim at the Paya Arena. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are moments away from tip-off now. We thank you for joining us here. This is game day 1 of the Basketball Champions League. The arch rivals, the nemesis of Hapoel Bank Yahav Yerushalayim, Hapoel Holon, who finished 4th last season. They won their opening game on the road in Warsaw. Can Hapoel Bank Yahav Yerushalayim replicate the same success? Both teams will meet each other Saturday, but right now it's all about the Basketball Champions League. Don't go anywhere as we are set for tip. Well, this is now the 5th season here for Hapoel Yahav Yerushalayim, the 3rd one now for Darüssafaka. And again, both teams falling short of their expectations due to what they can offer and what they deliver in their domestic leagues, for that matter. Speedy Smith now the first time that he's going to be playing outside of the Baltic and France. Remember, he played for VF Riga, also in the Pro A in France, as well as the LKL. And now he's here, and we're underway. Yerushalayim now will have the first possession here. Trying to get things going on early now. Smith now trying to find Levi Randolph, trying to post up here against Stocks. Randolph going baseline, gets caught a double team. Kicks this one out now. They try another kick out. The 3 is up from downtown. The 3 is no good, and the rebound secured by Gabe Olasheni. Darüssafaka, one thing they'll want to try and do is get some transition going in this game to really get out on a run as much as possible. As Olasheni now catches in the lane, makes a bit of contact, and he'll go to the free throw line. Well, the Great Britain International, it's the one place he likes to get the balls in the paint, and one thing he's very good at is posting up and shifting side to side, but free throw shooting, not the strongest here for Gabe Olasheni. Originally from Walthamstow, northeast London, went to high school basketball in the United States and Kansas before playing 4 years at the University of Iowa. His first professional contract was in Germany's Easy Credit Bundesliga, where he started with Broge Bamberg before going over to Italy to play in Dinamo Sassari and also in the ACB with Danny Clark at Fuenlabrada. Well, eventually made the move to Turkey in 2019, where he's really made a home for himself. Now his 3rd club here with Darüssafaka. As Coach Jikic now looks on as his players try to cement themselves early on here. Remember, this home crowd really has been a huge factor for Yerushalayim in the last few seasons. Well, Randolph now looking to go pick and roll here. Tries to find a bit of space now. Randolph gets rejected. Wow, Yaboa says out of here. Now Markel Stocks coming off one screen. Stocks now finding Olasheni. He takes a mid-range. Doesn't get it. The rebound secured by Speedy Smith. And now Hapoel can push this one. There's the kick out. They try a 3. The 3 is up in the corner, and it's no good. And it goes over the backboard. That's going to be an out-of-bounds violation. Well, Stocks now just dealing with the heavy full-court pressure now from Speedy Smith. That's one thing he's been renowned for last season in the LKL with Ritas Vilnius. Darüssafaka now going to that dribble handoff as Wayne McCullough nails it from downtown. Well, the dribble handoff causing all sorts of problems for the Hapoel defense as Wayne McCullough steps up. 5-0 now here, and another turnover as Levi Randolph loses control, and now McCullough in transition goes a little Euro step, and Coach Jikic at the moment, his players on the back foot here really lacking that identity. Well, Smith now here calling for the screen. Reverses the ball off Simsan Devene. Getting the ball reversal one more time. Through in the shot clock now. Smith's got to get something going. Speedy now crosses over, gets rejected. Osmani with the rejection. And at the moment, it's all Darüssafaka. Yaboa now coming off one screen. Well, throws it away. Good defense. Well, now Hapoel can push this one here with Cornelius. Smith coming off one screen now. Smith pulling up from the mid-range, takes it, doesn't get it. Ercan Osmani with a rebound. At the moment, nobody for Hapoel going in for an offensive rebound there. Just maybe the second chance points will do him some confidence. Yaboa under the basket, he lays it up. And at the moment, the defense nowhere to be seen here from the home team, as Coach Jikic has to call timeout. Well, simple back screen, the assist coming from Ercan Osmani. And that is just easily tucked away there. Kissing that one off the backboard.
It was here. You have to go with 11. Everything is soft. It's not about the offense. You make shot. They're scoring over there easily. They're scoring over there easily. No fouls. 9-0. Come on. We go pants. Okay. Listen, hey, press the ball. Be more physical. Come on. All right, go.
Well, there you can see Coach Chick is trying to say to those players, we need a little bit more rhythm in the offense, but more importantly, the transition defense needs to improve it from Hapoel, Yahav, Yerushalayim. And just listen to these fans getting into this, and that's one thing you can never criticize about this club. The basketball fans here, Oedim Kadosal, Mishpacha, Hapoel, the red and black and white family. Well, Smith now here, heavily guarded by Stocks. Is going to go try another pick and roll here. Aggressively down the middle, kicks out. Randolph with three in the corner. And the three is in and out. It's no good, but an offensive rebound. And that's much better now. Well, Randolph tries his luck one more time and still can't get it. Well, they're getting good looks, but they're just not going in the basket. Darüssafaka now, here with all the momentum, and Speedy Smith trying to put Stocks under a lot of pressure. And this is what Smith's got to offer now. That suffocating man-to-man defense. As McCullough comes off one screen, McCullough goes all the way. McCullough finishes under pressure. Well, Wayne McCullough with a finger roll. Well, he was expecting to get the and one. Hapoel still trying to find their first 2 points. In the lane now, goes up, gets rejected. Well, they're going to call a foul now, so it's going to be 2 free throws. Well, Zach Hankins is going to go to the free throw line now for 2 shots. But look at Wayne McCullough. That's a beautiful finger roll by Wayne McCullough. Well, Zach Hankins, originally from Michigan, went to Xavier University, started his career with FIBA Basketball Nürnberg in 2019 prior to the global pandemic, and then played for Maccabi Rishon LeZion, a former Basketball Champions League team. But as of last season, briefly in the G League, but then went to play in Puerto Rico. Only able to make the first free throw now. 10-point lead here to Darüssafaka. Wayne McCullough now dealing with the heavy man-to-man defense. Found the shot clock here. McCullough's got to get something going out. Pulls up for a tough three. There's a bit of contact. No foul called. And now Hapoel can push this one. Finds Venny now. Venny with the pump fake. Venny now pulls up for the mid-range. Takes the shot. Does he get the roll? Cannot get it. And nothing dropping at the moment here. Well, there's the shot from downtown again. It sinks that one as Stocks, what was that, his foot on the line, excuse me, is a 2-pointer. And all the momentum going in favor of Darüssafaka. Well, Venny now in the lane, kicks this one out to Cornelius. He tries a three. The three is up and finally gets the and one. Well, Cornelius the Great sinks it. Well, there's the kick out by Venny. Well, Stock should have no arguments whatsoever. Clear contact on the foul. Well, Cornelius now standing at just under 2 meters tall at 198, approximately 6'6". Can that be the confidence that Hapoel needs to get themselves back in this one? Hapoel now cutting it down an 8-point ball game. It Stocks here, bringing the pressure. Oh, Lasheni! Ketchalar! Good night, Darüssafaka! Gable Lasheni with no regard. And Jikic cannot believe how quickly his full court pressure was broken down by Stocks, the Iron Man. But oh, Lasheni, my goodness gracious. Well, Kadeen Carrington checking into the game here, the former JDR Dijon player. And now, Markel Stocks now trying to put the brakes on. Coming off another screen to pick it pop with Osmani. Osmani attacking. Osmani goes all the way now. Ercan Osmani, if you watch the FIBA Eurobasket in the Tbilisi venue, well, look at this. Good night, Istanbul. Akşamlar. Gable Lasheni let them know game. With a bit of authority, just throws it down. And he cannot believe it. Well, Smith now just trying to get things going, of course. Well, Itai Segev, of course, checking into the game. He joined Hapoel last season, cashing up a pick and roll, putting up a circus shot, gets his own rebound. Carrington misses last three, takes another one, and Kadeen Carrington hitting a much-needed 3 points there. And the home crowd emotionally trying to keep that team in this one. Darüssafaka so far in total control. Both teams now with 3 assists at the moment. Stocks now going to that pick and roll again here. Finding Lasheni. Lasheni trying to force his way inside of Gable. Lasheni simply unstoppable. And Itai Segev, Darüssafaka will probably identify it's going to be a mismatch for them. Smith now finding Kadeen Carrington. The foul is going to be called off the ball. I think it's going to be called against Wayne McCullough, I believe. Well, that's just too easy right there. I mean, look at the spin out there, the contact. I mean, a double team's going to come down at some point because Gable Lasheni, I mean, he is renowned for dominating games in the low post. If you ever watched the Turkish Basketball Super League, Alashi had some great battles against Gaziantep in which he had to defend the MVP of the league, Alpha Kappa, the Guinea international. Well, Veni now giving this one up. There's a penetration. Non Dovrat. Veni tries another three. The three is up, and this time he gets it. And the Estonian international introduces himself here in front of these home crowd fans for the first time. Well, the referee just giving Kadeen Carrington a warning there as he felt there was a little bit of dissent in the attempt to try and get an offensive foul call. 6-point lead here to Darüssafaka. Well, Stocks now giving up to Lasheni. Out to Osmani. Osmani down the middle. Osmani hanging in the air. And Osmani finishing under the basket. Well, that's his first 2 points of the game. Played some very good minutes, of course, for the Turkish national team at the Eurobasket. Carrington hangs in the air, doesn't get it. Well, Stocks somehow keeps it alive. Yaboa now in transition. Darüssafaka will slow this one down, but an early foul is going to be called against Noam Dovrat. Well, look at this finish by the Turkish international. Ozbliza, the former player from Tel Aviv now. And again, these home crowd fans will love to see a player that used to be their enemy now playing for them as Mareks Mayeris, the Latvian international. I'm not sure Vince Carter could catch that one, but right idea by Markel Stocks. Well, again, he loves the tempo that his players are playing at right now, sharing the basketball, getting good looks, but also getting out in transition. Second now coming up to set the screen here. Good ball move from Hapoel. Carrington's going to get called for the traveling violation. Great call by the official. Another turnover now here for Hapoel. Well, Starks now calling for that screen again from Gabe Olasheni. Markel Starks going all the way, and Iron Man finishes under the basket. Well, Markel Starks, again, just so explosive, so quick, just getting to the basket with no help side defense, and a wraparound layup in the lane. Well, where was the help side defense? Is Noam Dovrat, the under 20 who played for Israel this summer at the European Championship in Montenegro. Well, he both, along with Gilad Levy, making it to the semifinal stage where they lost, of course. It's Olasheni under the basket. Great defense, goes out of bounds in 4.8 seconds here for Darüssafaka. Just over a minute here in the first quarter. Well, look at this, no help side defense, but look at the scoop wraparound. How do you like your ice cream? Well, as they would say in Hebrew, Ta'im Me'od. Right at the end of the shot clock, they don't box out, and he gets, one. Well, Way McCullough just punishes Hapoel. Well, it's just a simple play like that that's going to infuriate Coach Jikic of Hapoel, because his players did such a good job on defense to force Dachka into a tough shot, but nobody boxing out. Well, McCullough doesn't take advantage of the three-point play. Now we have just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. Well, Carrington now pulling up for the mid-range. And the man who played his pro basketball last season in Pro A in France, all of a sudden now moving up to 5 points. Well, that's the kind of jump shot he's got to pull up for now. And Starks here will be heavily guarded by Noam Dovrat. Yeboah now, he'll pull up for the mid-range. He'll take it, doesn't get it. And the rebound secured by Hapoel. Carrington coming off another screen. Now 10 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Well, they got the switch on defense. They get it to a tight Segev. Segev's got to go up with it, and the foul has been called, and it's going to be called on the ground, so it won't be free throws here for Hapoel. But the good thing is, now there's only 4 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock, so both Markel Starks and Gabe Olasheni leaving the game now, probably not to pick up any more fouls. Well, Dovrat now will inbound this one. Find a Randolph now. Hapoel will try to, well, I was going to say, going to take the last shot. The three is up. It's no good. I think they're going to call an illegal screen, I believe. So a wasted opportunity there for Hapoel. I believe it's going to be called against Marek Mayeris. So now Darüssafaka, they'll have one last chance to get one more shot here. No shot clock. And all they have to do is dribble this one down as John Korkmaz checking into the game here, the former Pinar Kashiaka player. Well, 5 on the clock now here for Korkmaz. Makes the penetration, goes all the way under the basket, and it is too easy. And you got to ask the question, where was the help side defense as Hakan Sayili? Well, Sayila there. I mean, look at the dish off here by Korkmaz. Sayila just says, Teshekular, thank you very much. Well, that is the end of the first quarter. Dachka with a 10-point lead. We'll show you some stats now at the moment. You can see they've only hit 1 3-pointer. Well, Hapoel so far 3 for 9, living and dying from the perimeter. Let's take a look at the highlights now from the first quarter. I think the officials may check if he got the basket off in time. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, that's tough, but if you look at the red light takes precedence over everything. I think that possibly might count. If you're wondering, did he get the ball out of his hands? At the end of the day, the red light on the shot clock is what counts at the end. Did that ball leave his hands by the time the light went off? Well, I think for Darüssafaka, he's done a good job of getting out in transition off every turnover and also every missed attempt here from Hapoel. Markel Starks loving the pick and roll action here Gave Olasheni. And Olasheni just no regard there and silenced the crowd here in the holy city of Yerushalayim. Oh, Ercan Osmani just calling the screen, but again, look how Noam Dovrat. I mean, here's a player you're going to be looking at the future of Israeli basketball. Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you also download the official Basketball Champions League app. Well, there's a quick steal. Noam Dovrat, good job on defense there. Takes in the lane, doesn't get it. The offensive rebound, but they throw it right away. A great recovery there by Levi Randolph. And neither team able to take control of the ball. And I think the whole crowd, they want an unsportsmanlike foul call, but let's have a look at the replay now. Well, potentially, does he go for the ball with his right arm? I don't know, you know. I would not be surprised if the officials, well, they're not going to come together, but I have seen those upgraded before, of course. We're in the lane now. Marek Maris now finding Randolph. Randolph goes in, and he is fouled. And he will go to the free throw line here. Well, Levi Randolph, of course, featuring for some big teams in the Basketball Champions League. As you mentioned last year, playing for Lou Ostend. Well, Levi Randolph, as you mentioned, played for City Zavalino, Dinamo Sassari, SIG Strasbourg. This will now be his 5th team that he's played for here in the Basketball Champions League. Now, he started his career in the G League with the Maine Red Claws, now known as the Maine Celtics, of course. Well, cutting it down to an 8-point ball game. Now, a lot of fans, of course, would have remembered, obviously, 2-3 seasons ago, as Korkmaz nails it from downtown. Well, defense decided to go under the screen, but they forgot that Korkmaz can light it up, as we saw a few seasons with Pinar Kashiaka. Well, Noam Dovrat here, trying to go pick and roll here. Marek Maris, he'll try a three-pointer. Three is up, in and out. Does not get it. Now you can see Coach Jigic saying, that's not the shot we want you to take. It's John Korkmaz. Ozdemiroğlu now going in the lane, and Ozdemiroğlu getting it to drop. Well, biggest lead of the game right now, 13 points here for Darüssafaka. Again, Hapoel going for all the perimeter shots, just not dropping at the moment, but a foul is going to be called on the ground. I think they're going to call that on Doyuz Ozdemiroğlu. Well, look at this finishing. Just look how he hangs in the air, makes the contact with Hadeen Carrington. And just has the right touch off the backboard. Well, they try another three. The three is up, and again, just not dropping. And I think Coach Jigic is wondering why his players still keep going for the same options. And the lack of a strong inside presence, of course, really makes it tough for them to try and get things going in the paint. But at the moment, Hapoel 3 for 12 from downtown. Well, Darüssafaka now. Well, they turned it a very costly turnover there. Well, Sankaya there, you can see just a little bit too casual with the ball in his hands. And Hakan Sila. Well, Carrington now going. Marek Marius goes baseline, throws it down with a bit of authority. And just what the doctor ordered as Oz Blazer. Well, that's exactly what they needed, the pick and roll action. But Blazer just blazes to the rim with a two-handed rim rocker. Well, that's what you need the home crowd to say. Yalla Hapoel, get into the game. As Dachka called timeout.
Gitmiş mi? Gitmemiş. Ne atıyorsun o zaman? O senin kurduğun güzel bir hayal. Keşke gitse, keşke atsan. Atma. Atma. Emeğine yazık. Emeğine yazık. Ayrıca bak buradan topu sokuyorlar. Böyle beklik geliyor. Bu elini buraya göndereceksin. Buraya göndermeyeceksin. Come for a year now. But you're doing the handoff way too close to the sideline. I want you to move early and get the handoff pass over here. Four we have here. Point guard will open up. Now we're going to turn the corner. And, okay, you got better handwork now. Still the ball is flying to the corner like a bullet. Come on. A little more inside.
Well, Wayne McCullough now staying on the floor here for Darüssafaka. I think Speedy Smith now, probably they need him back in the game just to give him that extra option in the backcourt. 11-point lead here at the moment. Well, there's the penetration now under the basket, wraps in the air, and the foul has been drawn. Well, again, Doyas Ozdemiroğlu just getting to the basket, putting the school moves there on Noam Dovgat. Well, originally from Balıkesir, Turkey. Started his career. So he's been with Darüssafaka ever since. On the 2015-16 regular season, he went on loan to Başakşehir Koleji, a rival team this season here in the Basketball Champions League. Well, Randolph tries to spin, goes baseline, looking for options under the basket, but a foul is going to be called on the ground. You can see Randolph. Well, get the ball inbound here to Kadeen Carrington. 12-point lead at the moment for Dachka. Finding Randolph now. Randolph turning around, spin around, jump shot. Smooth move there by Levi Randolph. Well, season number 7, Basketball Champions League team number 5, Levi Randolph bringing the expertise here to the Holy Land. Well, trying to find Gable Lachey on the end of the basket, but good help side defense there from Hapoel. Now, the key thing there, you look, Darüssafaka have no more fouls to give her in the second quarter. Well, look at this. That is what I call a last dance shot there by Levi Randolph. Somebody call the GOAT. Under the basket, down another foul. Well, good job again by Wayne McCullough, just trying to get to the basket. He will reward himself here with 2 free throws. Well, Wayne McCullough really struggling here for the free throw line. Again, a player that's renowned for being an excellent shooter on the floor. Unable to step up there and capitalize. 10-point lead now to Darüssafaka. Dove right now going to pick a pop here. Finding Kadeen Carrington. Carrington going all the way. And that's the final foul for Darüssafaka to give here. So for 7 minutes, just under, Hapoel in the penalty here. Good job by Kadeen Carrington. Carrington makes the first free throw. Well, originally from Trinidad and Tobago. Went to high school in Brooklyn before playing his university basketball. Seton Hall before his first professional career in 2018 in Montenegro. Spent some time playing in Pro A, not to mention in the ACB. Now finding a home here for one of the biggest clubs in European basketball, Hapoel Yerushalayim. Ozdemiroğlu now going all the way in a follow-up by Gabe Olasheni. Well, Olasheni loses it, and now Speedy Smith can push this one. Well, it's got to be. I would not be surprised if they upgrade that one. That was a hard foul by Korkmaz. Let's have a look at the replay now. If it doesn't get upgraded, the only argument I could say is that Smith has gone right into him, of course. But these kind of fouls you see here in international basketball, a lot of the time they do get upgraded. Well, now they are going to review this one. Well, let's have a listen into what the officials have to say about this. Well, as no upgrade was made, of course, I think the argument they're trying to make, of course, is that Speedy Smith was going so quickly that he went into Korkmaz. But, well, the man now stepping up and making both free throws, cutting in a 6-point ball game. He had a great season last year, as we mentioned, in the capital of Lithuania, also in the Basketball Champions League with Rytas Vilnius. Well, to put the full court pressure now, Ercan Osmani having to help to bring the ball up here. Well, another foul, and that is what Doyas Ozdemiroğlu is going to cause a lot of problems here for Hapoel. I mean, he is relentless. He just gets to the basket. The foul is going to be called against Ozblazo. Hitting the second free throw now. Well, it's only a 7-point ball game at the moment. These two teams, you see the way they're playing, a lot more confidence in the likes of Darüssafaka. Well, Hapoel, we gotta love the new jerseys, of course. Definitely a fresh trend here from what we've seen in previous seasons. It was interesting what they did. They showed a variation of a few uniforms, and it got the opinion from their fan base. Getting Carrington now, finding Simsan to Vene. Well, Vene here guided by Gabe Olasheni. He's going to try and get the ball up. Back to Carrington. Carrington goes all the way. Carrington draws a foul, and he gets a silly foul to give away there because Carrington wasn't going for the layup. Well, Kadeen Carrington, I think, is trying to pass the ball here. Well, actually, no, he's not from that angle, but... Well, again, this is where Darüssafaka probably regret getting into the penalty very early on because, I mean, granted, it was a shooting foul. He's going to the free throw line anyway, but just inviting Hapoel to get back in this one. And just look at that sight there. Mishpacha shel Hapoel. Adoma ve'shachor, the red and black Hapoel family. Some of the best fans you'll find here in international basketball. They come each week, whether it's the Basketball Champions League, the Israeli Winter League. Just unbelievable basketball fans. Well, 5-point ball game. Remember, Darüssafaka were up by as many as 13. Gabriel Asheni now trying to force his way, turns it over. I think they wanted a foul there. Smith in transition tries to find Zach Hankins, but just puts a little bit too much English on that one. Well, it's a wasted opportunity there for Hapoel to try and chip into the deficit. Well, there you can see Coach Jickets trying to say to his players, continue to put the full court pressure on. They've got one more foul to give here with 5:41 to go in the second quarter. Osmani travels with it. Oh, again, just a little bit too careless with the ball in his hands. Well, he had a fantastic summer this year with the Turkish national team at the Eurobasket. Again, just listen to the fans of this arena. The chant is Yalla Hapoel, which means come on, Hapoel. Well, Smith now looking for options. Finds Levi Randolph here, got it by Starks. Randolph now tries another mid-range, and that is simply automatic. Well, Levi Randolph, another last dance there against Markel Starks. Trying to find Gabriel Asheni, gets rejected. Well, Levi Randolph said, not in my house. But I think they're going to call foul, actually. Well, Randolph said, bye-bye, Chali. Well, look at this. That mid-range is the bread and butter here for Hapoel. And who's putting the butter on the bread? It's Levi Randolph. Last season for Ostend. This year for Hapoel. Well, 2 free throws now here for Gabriel Asheni. It's one part of his game he's done a good job of improving. I mean, he has a very unorthodox way of shooting the basketball. Well, the majority of the shots he likes to take in the key goes with that one-handed floater, very similar to Lior Eliyahu, who was infamous when he played for Hapoel with that floated style shot he had. Well, Carrington now dealing with the full court pressure here from Ndoyaz Ozdemiroğlu. Finding Randolph here. Randolph now tries another fadeaway. Levi Randolph with the fadeaway. Well, somebody tell me, is that Levi Randolph or is that the jump man? I mean, well, I think you know the references I'm going to. I mean, it's the back down mid-range fadeaway shot. You probably saw that a lot of the times in the Last Dance documentary. Well, there's the kick out now. Finds Ozdemiroğlu. He'll try a three-pointer. Doesn't get it. Hankins with a rebound. And now Hapoel can tie this one up with a three-pointer. Cut it down to a one-point ball game. Carrington goes for 3. Takes it. Doesn't get it. And the rebound secured by Gabriel Asheni. Under 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Ozdemiroğlu now finding Gabriel Asheni. Goes to that floater. Doesn't get it. We're trying to go, turns it over. Sloppy play it now. Dachka can capitalize here. Ozdemiroğlu finds Osmani. Osmani backing down under the basket. Goes against Hankins. The foul is going to be called. I think if we watch the replay, watch the right arm of Hankins. I believe that's the right call. Well, watch the right arm here. Just there. Well, it was a great experience for Osmani to play for the Turkish national team this summer at the Eurobasket. Well, they made it to Berlin, but again, they weren't able to progress very far. But you think about the teammates he had with the likes of Cedi Osman, Furkan Korkmaz. Well, he missed the second free throw, and the free throw shooting has been very poor here from Dachka. Well, Venny now looking here, finding Levi Randolph. Randolph now a few seconds. Wants to go against that mid-range, takes it, doesn't get it. The foul is going to be called against. I think they're going to call that a Gabe Olasheni, I believe. So it's going to be another 2 free throws. Watch, it's a team control foul, I believe. So, well, it should be 2 free throws, actually, because the foul was on the ground. Well, currently on the floor for Darüssafaka, they got Korkmaz along with Olasheni and Osmani down low. So Ozdemiroğlu and the Quasi Yaboa. But again, the free throw shooting from both teams very poor in this game. Well, Hankins, the former Nimbo player, gets the offensive rebound and takes a wild circus shot again. Well, gets so rebound. Well, Djikic won't be happy with the shot selection, but thrilled with the ability to get his own rebound. Smith now 6 on the shot clock. Kicks out there. Randolph from no man's land takes it, nails it. Toda raba bevakasha. Levi Randolph. Be'uka ba Yerushalayim. Welcome to Jerusalem. Well, just over 2.5 to go here. Randolph hitting a big 3. Yaboa trying to go in. Gets rejected. Well, Hankins said, not in my house. And Venny in transition. Well, they can take the lead now. Another 3. Doesn't get it. Hankins, big offensive rebound. But another foul's going to be called. Well, it's going to be against Gabe Olasheni. That's going to be a problem here for Darüssafaka. There's all the momentum now going in favor of Hapoel. Well, look at this. Hankins says, Babait Shali, this is my house. Well, that is where you say, Ahad, Shtab, Shalosh, Bavakasha, Ani Ohev, Levi Randolph. Well, he has come ready to play, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hapoel. And Hankins now gets the applause from the whole crowd for making the free throw. Gabe Olasheni now on the home crowd. A lot of anxiety. There's the kick out now. There's the pump fake, steps back, ties another 3-pointer, can retake the lead, doesn't get it. Now Hapoel can take the lead here. Something they have not done in this game. Remember, they were trailing 11-1 at one point. There's a 3, hits up, it's good. Speedy Smith has made the transition from the Baltic all the way down here to the Holy Land. And the Hapoel fans, all of a sudden now, believe in themselves. Well, there's the foul drawing. It's on the ground. It's going to be 2 free throws. Great job there by Korkmaz. It's going to be 2 free throws to Darüssafaka. Well, Speedy Smith, again, he was a cult hero, an icon last season in the LKL in Lithuania, leading Rytas Vilnius to their first championship in over a decade. Will he do the same here for Hapoel in the Basketball Champions League? Where he makes the first free throw. We played some good minutes, of course, here for Darüssafaka. Well, making both free throws now, cutting it down to a one-point ball game. Well, Randolph now coming off one screen, 10 on the shot clock here. 1-point lead to Hapoel. Has to take a deep, deep step back. A deep three, doesn't get it. And again, a lack of ball movement there in the offense. Hapoel probably could do with a few more passes, a few more pick and rolls, but another good chance here for Darüssafaka to retake the lead. Just over a minute to go now. They trail by 1 point. Another foul is going to be called. Well, I believe the offensive foul is going to be called, a moving screen. We'll have to see the replay of that one. Well, I think it's going to be a technical foul call as well. Well, the one thing Darüssafaka don't want right now is to lose their composure. Well, back to a 2-point ball game now here for Hapoel. Korpak's now down the lane, tries a circle shot. He draws the contact, and he'll go to the free throw line. That's a smart play there by John Korpaks, just getting into the lane, drawing that bit of contact, and identifying that his team earned the penalty. But again, both coaches, I mean, look at this, the closeout defense by Noam Dovrat. That's just a smart play there, because what Korpaks does is beats him to the dribble and just jumps into him. Well, as we mentioned, last season playing for Pinata Karşıyaka, this is now the second time in his career in which he's played for Darüssafaka. So Jan Korkmaz nearing the end of his prime now. Remember, he was the Turkish Super League champion back in 2013 when he played for Galatasaray. So he makes the first free throw. So Darüssafaka, you can see that 10 for 16 for the free throw line. Making the second one now, tying up at 39 apiece, and that could be a potential 2 for 1 now. Timeout here as Coach Djikic wants to talk it over with his players.
Come up. We go ahead. Go ahead. Speedy, you here. Okay, Bennett, you will come and clear. You understand? Okay? Okay? Yeah. Set a screen, Pop. You are setting the screen. Here, here. You have nothing. Come for a handoff. Let's go, guys. Hey, thanks for that. It's everything in the defense. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, Gabriel Osheni, of course, picking up some fouls early on, which is causing some problems at the moment here for Darüssafaka. And also the perimeter shooting improving here for Hapoel. Well, 39 apiece now. 2 free throws there from Korkmaz. Could be a potential 2 for 1. If they can get a steal here on defense or a stop. Smith now trying to work some rings here around the defense. And he turns it over. Well, Speedy Smith just too casual with the basketball in his hands. And Coach Djikic wasting no time to make a change there. Well, excuse me, no, it's a timeout now to Dachka. So probably not the 2 for 1 they idealized, but they are going to get the ball back. There you can see Darüssafaka 11-16 from within inside the rainbow. 5 3-pointers coming from Hapoel. Let's listen now to both these coaches.
You put the ball in. You set up like this. You go like that, you go like that, you come to the ball. If the ball gets this chunk, come get it back. When we come down, when we have the back screen for you, come inside and insist on that. So check this, if he comes further, we can hit that pass directly. We don't have any problem with the time. They will have one more offense. So use the time as much as you can, cook it. If we cannot give that pass, now turn and set that screen, okay? So don't rush to go there. Give him time, then set the pin down.
Well, there you can see Selçuk Erdenak, the head coach of Dachka, really wants his team to be very patient here. Try and get a very good look, of course, and try and run down the clock as much as possible. Quasi Ibo now checking back into the game here in the backcourt along with Korkmaz. Osmani along with we'll run to 10 the shot clock now. Well, doesn't turn it over now. Osmani comes up with it. There's a pump fake, goes baseline, the reverse layup, and Darüssafaka retake the lead. Well, Hapoel were too eager to get out in transition, forgot to take care of the basketball. Well, Smith pulls up for a Hail Mary 3, doesn't get it. Carrington comes up with it. And now, Darüssafaka, one last chance. Well, again, the shot selection there from Hapoel, probably not the best. And now you can see Coach Djikic infuriated with his players. The inability to get one final good look at the basket. And at the moment, his team trailed by 2 points. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll show you some stats and some highlights here from the first half, but go get a drink and go get something to eat as we'll be back soon. Well, Darüssafaka 71% from within inside the rainbow. Hapoel with 5 3-pointers. The rebounds going in favor of the home team, and do have 5 more assists for that matter. Well, Randolph lead no scorers with 11 points. Wayne McCullough with 9. And Gabriel Osheni with 8. Kaneen Carrington with 9 points. Korkmaz, Speedy Smith. Let's take a look at the highlights here from the first half. Well, Darüssafaka came into the Pay Arena with all the confidence as Wayne McCullough, as we mentioned, shooting the ball, but you can see getting the turnovers, forcing Hapoel into turnovers and getting out in transition. Well, Markel Starks now making the changeover this season to Darüssafaka. Finding Gabriel Osheni there, breaking down the full court press defense of Hapoel with no problems. Well, Kaneen Carrington, as we mentioned, has come into the game and hit some big shots on the perimeter. And that was a 3-pointer by Sim Sandavene, the Estonian international. And Hershan Osmani, of course, playing some good minutes off the ball here for Darüssafaka. Very similar to his role with the Turkish national team as Iron Man. Markel Starks putting the finger roll move on. Well, Korkmaz, of course, coming in, doing a good job here in the backcourt for Darüssafaka. Look at the turnaround jump shot by Levi Randolph. And the home crowd really love that one. Randolph, of course, making the most of the mid-range jump shot. Legacy Osmani, that was a two-pointer that gave Darüssafaka the lead right at the end of the first half. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half of the opening game day fixture here in the Basketball Champions League between Hapoel Bank Yahav Yerushalayim and Darüssafaka. Well, other games that went on tonight, Hapoel Unechulan defeating their opening game here in the Basketball Champions League as they won on the road in Warsaw. While Bnei Herzliya, another Israeli Winter League team, losing on the road to Peristeri BC. Now remember, Vasilius Spanoulis, the great Kill Bill, head coach of Peristeri, leading his team to a victory. Now Wayne McCullough at the moment having a good night so far here for Darüssafaka. Well, this will be now the third season here for Darüssafaka. Now Dachka is their nickname, so you will hear me refer to them at times as Darüssafaka, and at times, as you can see on the jersey, we'll refer to him as Dachka as well. Team that was coached by the great David Blatt, of course. And there is Coach Jikic. Well, he'll be relatively pleased that his team got back into the game, but I think one criticism he'll have of his team is the shot selection at the moment. It's been very much an offense dominated by Speedy Smith along with Levi Randolph, respectfully, because they're great players, of course. They played in the Champions League last season with Falua, Stan Hanwith, Ritas Vilnius. So big expectations with both players coming in. Kadeem Carrington. Now there's Gabe Olasheni. He's been a primetime player that was a part of Darüssafaka's team last season, making it into the round of 16, defeating and knocking off Herrera San Pablo Burgos in the play-ins. And also was key for the Great Britain international team qualifying for the FIBA Eurobasket, but again having an underwhelming tournament this summer as they played in Milan against the likes of Italy, Croatia, and Giannis Antetokounmpo's Greece. Well, I've already made reference, of course, to Levi Randolph. This is now his fifth team here in the Basketball Champions League. He's also played not only in Europe, but also in the United States of America and in the Australian NBL with the New Zealand Breakers.
Where they perform. Okay, so that's being a football.
Well, no doubt, of course, Coach Jikic will probably asking his players, demanding actually that they play a little bit more fluid team basketball, get each other involved. At the moment, the inside presence not becoming a big factor here for Hapoel. The likes of Zach Hankins, Marek Mayeris. Ty Sega for that matter as well, but unlike most Hapoel teams we've seen in the past few seasons, predicated by usually a very big presence. You think a few years ago, Tayshaun Thomas was one of the best power forwards in the Basketball Champions League. Well, Hapoel now will have the first possession here of the second half. They trail by 2 points. Remember, they were trailing by as many as 13, but through the perimeter shooting, found a way to get back in it. A good ball move. They get a shot. The shot's up in the corner. It's no good. Well, it was an open three-pointer there by Sam Sindavene. Was unable to knock it down. Darüssafaka now with Ercan Osmani spinning around. Almost turns it over, but Keep it alive now. A few seconds. They try a deep three. The three is up. No good. Smith with the rebound. And this is what Speedy Smith likes to do now. Push in transition. Smith a bit of contact. Doesn't get it. No foul is called. I don't think a foul is going to be called on the ground. I'm not sure who that's going to be called against, but Markel Starks does a phenomenal job there of drawing the contact. Well, it's going to be a sideline ball here to Darüssafaka. Well, Demirlu now lost his footing, but trying to say that came off of the Hapoel defense, so it's going to be possession back to Dachka. Nine seconds here on the shot clock for Dachka. Demirlu now using the screen. Trying to dish down low here to Yahav. Gets called a double team. There's a kick out. Osmani tries a three. The three is up. No good. A second rebound here in the second half here for Speedy Smith. Smith now looking to go to dribble handoff for Carrington. Well, he'll pull up from the mid-range. He'll take it again. Just like the start of this game, Hapoel struggling to get into a rhythm early on. Starks now using another screen here from Osmani. Trying to go all the way to the basket. Goes out of bounds. I think they're going to call another foul here. Well, Markel Starks is causing all sorts of problems there for the Hapoel defense. Just getting to the basket. Getting around his defenders. I think they're going to call that a shooting foul. So it's going to be 2 free throws here for Markel Starks. Well, 31 years of age, originally from the state of Maryland, went to Georgetown University, where he left in 2014. Started his pro career in the city of Rome in Lazio before going over to play in Australia. Very well highlighted and respected career there. Now, Wayne McCullough, that you can see just starting on the bench here in the second half. Interesting decision here by Selçuk Ernak. Carrington now coming off one screen. Well, then he won the ball in the low block. Now a triple team in the lane. Goes, oh, baby! Are you serious? That is unbelievable. Maddox Mayeris with a bit of authority on that one. We got a turnover now. What do we have here? There's a pump fake. There's a shot. The three is up in the corner. The three is good from downtown. And Speedy Smith lighting it up. Hapoel now taking a 1-point lead. Well, quickly in the lane there. Yahav now, the British international. In the mid-range jump shot, putting Dachka back up by 1 point. And the foul is going to be called off the ball. But Mr. Mayeris. Well, in Israel, you say Laila Tov, good night. In Latvia, you say Ar Labu Nakti. Well, the assist coming from Veni, a bit of the Baltic connection. Estonia to Latvia. Throws it down. Well, baseline ball now. 1 point lead back to Darüssafaka. Smith now finding Carrington. Good movement here. A traveling violation. Well, Simsan Devane just getting a little bit too casual with the ball in his hands. Under the basket now. Oh, I missed a wide open layup. Well, gets his own rebound. Missed a second one. Well, good job by Speedy Smith. It's Carrington now finding Smith. Hapoel trailing by 1 point. Well, throwing it to Randolph there. The triple team coming, and Randolph probably wondering why the pass was given to him in such a tough scenario. Well, the help side defense is coming there. You can see by Darüssafaka. I mean, it's like 3 defenders, Yaboa, Starks, and Ozdemiroğlu all around. Well, Randolph has got to the ground holding his ankle, so hopefully he hasn't injured himself. Well, Simsad Devane is going to leave the game now. Well, he's got 4 seconds now. He's got to get something going. Pump fakes. He's got to get a shot off. Carrington, end of the shot clock. Does he get it off? Yes, he does. Kadeem Carrington sinks the triple. And the rain now starting to come down here in Yerushalayim. Well, second 3 of the game now for Carrington. Well, Stocks all the way. And Stocks just too easy. Gets to the basket. No help side defense. Well, you can see now, put the moves on. Randolph kicks this one out to Maris. Maris now circus shot. I think they're going to call an offensive foul, I think that. Well, no, they're going to call that against Stocks, probably. Well, look at the three-pointer right in the end. Carrington, last season it was in Dijon. Now it's in the Holy Land. The holy three-pointer. Well, 47 apiece now. Speedy Smith in the corner. And I think they're going to call a technical foul against Speedy Smith for a flop. Well, Smith went for the fadeaway. Let's have a look at the replay there. I think Speedy Smith kind of lost his balance at that point, but again, I can understand why the official maybe felt that he was looking for the contact intentionally, but that's a tough one. I mean, you got to look from both perspectives. Can you understand why the officials made that call? Absolutely, but could have been a case where Smith lost his balance. It's possible as well, but well, if you saw Speedy Smith play the last few seasons with teams such as VF Riga and last season for Ritas Vilnius, you know one thing, that he's a true competitor, relentless defender. Well, one of his best games is on the road against Hereda San Pablo Burgos. Carrington now kicks out, good ball movement. Darüssafaka now. Smith now tries a 3. The 3 is up. The 3 is no good. Well, tie ball game now. Darüssafaka can retake the lead. Ozdemiroğlu now goes back to that right hand, puts up a circus shot over the backboard. I mean, that would have been something special had it touched the top of the backboard and gone back in, but that's one thing about Ozdemiroğlu, he's very predominant with his right hand. Well, Carrington now using one screen, pulls up for another deep 3. The 3 is up and doesn't get that one. Well, Levi Randolph comes up with a loose ball. He can't finish it. And again, both teams get out of jail card there for both. Well, Starks now trying to put the moves on. A bit of shake and bake. Goes down low to Yahav. Well, double nutmeg under the basket. And Carrington comes up with it. Randolph goes baseline. Randolph a little Euro step in the lane. And Levi Randolph, this time he's able to get it. And all of a sudden, you can just feel the mental anxiety from both of these two teams trying to settle for any opportunity. Well, it was actually Levi Randolph there, not Carrington, who scored. Well, blocking foul is going to be called against Levi Randolph. And I think that's the right call there because Quasi Yaboa, I mean, look at the Euro step here by Randolph, slicing the defense. Well, there's a deep three by Starks. Now three is up. It's no good. And a great job there by... Well, I think it's the right call there because Doya Zazdemirli, I don't think he touches it as it goes out of bounds. But I think what he does is he puts Levi Randolph under enough pressure. Well, that is what you get from Doya Zazdemirli. Just every inch and ounce of effort there by the Turkish international. Well, just coming off knee surgery, of course, and recovering from the summer. Down to Olasheni under the basket. Olasheni gets knocked out. Good job there. And I think they're going to call the goaltending because I think it was going down on its way. Now, the rule there, if you're not accustomed to international basketball, once the ball touches the rim, it can be knocked out. But once it's on its way down, that's a different story, of course. That's still a goaltending. Wayne McCullough coming in. If you saw the recent stat there, remember Darüssafaka, they had a 13-point lead at one point. Hapoel, their biggest lead of the game, has only been 3 points. Well, Zazdemirli now not allowing Carrington any time or space to get a look at the basket. Randolph now heavily guarded. Randolph now spinning around, kicking out the corner. Well, tough shot in the end. The three is up. It's no good. And again, was that the right option there for Hapoel? Well, Ozbliza. Zazdemirli now, a few seconds in, tries to put the crossover in, dishes off on the lane, goes up and he throws it down. Well, simple little dish off there down the lane. Well, the assist coming from Zazdemirli, the dunk coming from Hakan Sayula. Well, tying the game up now, 49 apiece here, 2:41 to go in the third quarter. Finding Zach Hankins. Zach Hankins under the basket, the seal off. Oh, it comes out of it. Great defense. Just enough pressure there from Gabe Olasheni. Zazdemirli now trying to go paints up a little fadeaway. Zazdemirli fading out of bounds. Well, that was a tough one-legged fadeaway towards the baseline. He now moves up to 7 points. Well, look at this now. Doya Zazdemirli with the globe-trotting fadeaway circus shot. And look at the dish off here, finding Sayula, who gets a 6-point. Well, you just kind of wish he throws that down a little bit more aggressively. Well, Smith now looking for options here. Has to pull it from the mid-range, takes a mid-range shot, doesn't get the roll on it. And now under 2 minutes, Darüssafaka here with a 2-point lead. Well, Starks now finding Olasheni. Good Bowman here for Darüssafaka. Three is in the corner. They don't get it. Hankins with a rebound, and now Hapoel can push this one, trailing by 2 points. Coming off one screen now, trying to go all the way with a little finger roll. Goes up, and he doesn't finish it. No foul called. Well, could he have kicked that one out, of course? Ozblazer unable to tie the game up now. Just over a minute to go here in the third quarter. Starks now curling the screen. Well, gets rejected on the pass, and the pass falls right into the hands of Gabe Olasheni. Well, I'm not quite sure who's going to get the assist on that one, but we know for sure that Dachka will take a 4-point lead now. Potential 2 for 1 here for Hapoel. Finds Hankins. Hankins throws it down one hand. Well, it was his first game in the Basketball Champions League in which he scored a game winner when he was playing for FIBA Basketball Nürnberg back in 2019. A huge upgrade from playing for Maccabi Rishon LeZion now as he plays here for Hapoel Yerushalayim. Starks now here, giving this up to Wayne McCullough. McCullough trying to hesitate, trying to put the moves now. McCullough goes up, and McCullough lays that one up. Well, avoiding the block of Hankins. Well, Smith now's got 6 seconds. Good Bowman now in the corner. Finds Randolph. Three, a little bit short, but the follow-up, and it will not count. I think they will review that one, but I'm not sure they got that one off in time. But ladies and gentlemen, we will review the last play there. I'm 100% sure that the follow-up will not count. The officials will just double-check, of course. Well, there's a three-pointer. Wow, that's close, you know. That's very close. Let's have a look from this angle. Does Blazer get it off? I'd have to see that in a little bit slower motion, I think. I don't think he does. Why? That is very close, but I don't think he does in the end. I think the ball is still in his hand, just a split second, a tenth of a second still. Remember, it's the red light that takes precedence. So does the red light go up? The red light, I think, is still in his hand. Now remember, even though time has expired, the red light has to take precedence over everything. That's very close. Well, the basket does count in the end. They went for the red light, so it's a very tough call. But you can see Hapoel with 7 3-pointers. Darüssafaka with only 2. But at the moment, it's been the inside play that's been the difference in this game. Well, let's take a look at the highlights now from the third quarter. But look at that sight there. Yalla Hapoel. That is the same from these home fans. Well, the final quarter will play now. Who will come out on top? Osmani for 3. And we saw that a few times for Turkey this summer at the FIBA Eurobasket. We're giving a 5-point cushion here for Darüssafaka against Hapoel. Well, a few seconds here on the shot clock. Got to get something going. And there's a poor turnover. And a Quick pass in transition. Oh, Darüssafaka fumble this one. Well, Korkmaz now step back, takes a three-pointer, doesn't get it. And again, just when the momentum was going in Darüssafaka's favor, they failed to capitalize in transition, but more importantly, also to get a high percentage shot there. And Randolph now has hands all over him, but finally they're going to call the foul here against Korkmaz. Well, this is one thing Darüssafaka don't want to do, is put Hapoel into the penalty too early like they did in the second quarter. Well, we go down low here now. Here's the back down. Got it by Wayne McKellar, the pump fake under the basket. Finds Haskins with a two-handed jam. Well, you can see the entire Darüssafaka defense was expecting the turnaround mid-range jump shot from Levi Randolph, but they fell asleep on the defense there against Zach Hankins, excuse me. Wayne McKellar now looking to throw this one here to Ercan Osmani. Has no traveling violation. Well, it's a definite mismatch. They failed to capitalize there. Osmani being guided by these small Levi Randolph, but look at the dish here. Olesheni in no man's land. Well, that's a tough pass there because you got the help side defense also coming from it. Osmani. There's a kick out now. The penetration in the lane goes up, lays it up off the backboard, avoiding the block by Gabe Olesheni. Cutting it down to a one-point ball game. Beautiful ball movement from Hapoel. Well, Noam Dovrat, as you mentioned before, this season had a good tournament at the FIBA Under-20 European Championship. And there's a step-back three-pointer, but Olesheni follows in. Well, when you're out of donuts, it's not the only time you call box out. You got to put a body on Gabe Olesheni. One of the best big men you'll find here in the Basketball Champions League. Goes back to it now, finds Carrington, and Carrington throws it away. A bit of a reckless foul there by Ord Cornelius to call. And again, I think the officials may discuss this one. Now again, if you're not accustomed to watching international basketball, well, there was the layup there by Noam Dovrat. Well, the Israeli international with Georgian roots in his family history. Now, I'm just wondering, are the officials... Yeah, they're going to review this. Exactly. Now, what I was trying to say previously, the foul committed by Ord Cornelius could potentially be upgraded to an unsportsmanlike foul. Now, let's go look at the replay. And this is why it's such a silly foul to give away. Right there. Now, if we look at this from a closer angle, Korkmaz has got... Again, I would not be surprised if it gets upgraded. There's no need for him to commit the foul there. It's a deliberate prevention and transition there for Darüssafaka. Ord Cornelius, he's got one job. He's just got to get back to his free throw line. But instead, he commits an unnecessary foul there. Now, again, if you're used to watching basketball, you may see... Let's have a look at the replay, see what they're going to... Well, they're going to keep it as a regular foul. That's interesting. I think the Darüssafaka coaching staff, not too much protest from them, but you can understand why they probably thought it was upgraded. Well, McCullough now using the pick and roll here from Gabe Olesheni, but has to pass this one back out. Olesheni now takes the unorthodox one-handed shot. Again, not the percentage kind of shot they wanted to take. They wanted to get the ball in the paint as much as possible. Noam Dov right now kicks this one out. Cornelius, he tries a three. He takes it, doesn't get it. And At the moment, the small lineup here for Hapoel unable to come up with any second chances. Well, Coach Jikic looks like he's going to stick with this five now with Hankins as a center, along with Carrington, Dovrat, Cornelius, and Bliza on the lane now finds Olasheni. Olasheni lays it up. It's back to a 5-point ball game. They can see Jikic signaling that he wanted a traveling violation called. Well, Gabe Olasheni now 5 for 8 from the field. He has 14 points. It's Carrington now looking to put the brakes in. Great defense by Wayne McCulloch. And at the moment, the isolation one-on-one basketball not doing any favors here for Hapoel. Well, 6 minutes to go here in the game. Can Darüssafaka hold on to the lead? Remember, it was last season on the opening day of the Basketball Champions League. Pinata Kashiaka came up with a victory. Well, finds Hankins, throws it down with a bit of authority. And Zach Hankins just says to the entire fan base, Yalla Hapoel. And there you can see trying to get the home crowd in this one. The energy, the emotion. Well, another turnover now. And great job by Wayne. Oh, Carrington comes up with it. Carrington now goes up. Carrington lays it up. No foul called. Well, the Dachka panic button has been pushed now. 10 on shot clock here for Chan Korkmaz. Remember, he was here last season on game day 1 in which Bonzi Colson hit the winning shot. The foul is going to be called on the ground. Great job there by Gabe Olasheni. Well, look at him pick his pocket there. But look at Zach Hankins here. Running the floor like a gazelle with just a one-handed tomahawk. Well, that's a 4th foul now called on Hankins. Well, Hankins got to be careful now. Doesn't want to pick up a 5th foul now. 5 minutes to go here. Wayne McCulloch now breaking defense out. Korkmaz tries a 3, takes it, nails it. And that's only the 3rd 3-pointer here for Dachka. And puts a little bit of cushion, daylight between Darüssafaka and Hapoel. Home crowd now staying in this one, of course. Find Hankins under the basket. Hankins goes in, and Zach Hankins gets the and one. Well, let me tell you something right now. Mishpacha Shel Hapoel, the Hapoel family, they are going to love Zach Hankins as he has become the junkyard dog here in the Holy Land. I mean, simply just stands himself there in the paint, sets a pick and roll. And good hands in the basket. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Well, too many accolades, of course, and unable to make the 3-point play, but 2-point lead now. 2 fouls here so far for Hapoel. Darüssafaka only with 1. And we have the switch off the pick and roll now. Osmani has the mismatch on the basket. Good help side defense. Goes out of bounds. That's going to be Hapoel ball, and Wayne McCulloch is infuriated. Well, when we returned to basketball from the global pandemic back in the summer 2020, Zach Hankins was wearing orange and white for Maccabi Rishon LeZion. And just look at those fans. Probably despised Zach Hankins because it was Maccabi Rishon LeZion that knocked him out of the Winter League playoffs that year. We're probably thrilled to have him right now wearing Adom, Shachor, Velavan. Red, black, and white, as they would say here in Hebrew.
Riley.
I'm taking the ball.
Hand off and go there.
Hey, press break.
Come out and talk.
Press break.
Hey, watch if they press. Go. All right, guys, Darusha.
Well, big possession out here for Hapoel. They can tie the game up with a two-pointer, possibly take the lead with a three. Remember, they have 7 3-pointers so far here in the game. Oh, they almost turned it over. 7 the shot clock now here for Randolph. Randolph's got to get something going. Randolph all the way with a finger on. He ties the game up at 65 apiece with just under 3:50 to go. Well, it's interesting now that both Carrington along with Speedy Smith is on the bench as now Stocks goes all the way. And the big rebound by Hankins. Well, Hankins coming up with a huge board there. Markel Stocks unable to retake the lead there for Dachka. Well, quick three-pointer taken. It's up. It's good. Ahad. Shtaim. Shalosh. Well, Blazer was doing it for the enemy in Tel Aviv. But right now, he's here in the holy city, Yerushalayim. And you can hear everyone in this city say, Toda Rabah, thank you very much. Well, Dachka called timeout as they're down by 3 points. And let's go and listen out to their coach.
Be careful. Baseline drive. Be careful. Okay. In all these actions, he scored 10 points out of nothing. When we come to offense, that's how we're going to play. You have the ball here. This is Wayne. Pick to Wayne. Wayne, come. Hand it off. You pick to Dodo. Come. Hand it off. When Dodo gets it, both screen and from there you go. But you don't defend. That's 4 times they come. That's a score. We can win this game.
Well, Levi Randolph, of course, has been phenomenal in this game so far. Remember, the 5th team he's played for so far here in the Basketball Champions League. I mean, he's almost played in every season. If you think about it, this is season number 7 of the Basketball Champions League. He has 13 points tonight, 6 assists away from potential double-double. I think the more important thing on his mind is to get this opening victory here for Hapoel. We'll find a Gabe Olasheni, turns it over. Well, they try to feed the ball down to Olasheni, but the collapse on defense from Hapoel making it very tough for him. Randolph now getting a handoff here with Noam Dovrat. But right now hangs in the air, tries to go off the backboard, doesn't get it. I think he was too indecisive there to decide whether to shoot or pass there. Another opportunity now here for Darüssafaka. Markel Stocks now, the former Georgetown Hoya. Can he get something going? Kicks this one out. Now they try a 3, can tie it up. Doesn't get it. Hankins with a big rebound. And Hankins, almost like the Terminator. Randolph now put the moves on. Wayne McCullough in the lane now. A little floater, doesn't get it. And again. Well, this is where Coach Jikic is going to be very infuriated. We got a 3-point lead. Ball in the hands, and they go for every isolation play. We got to get something more collective. A pick and roll or something. Use Zach Hankins. And now Stocks here. They try another 3. Miles Demirolu again misses it. And again, Hankins, the Terminator, with another big rebound. Can Hapoel take the advantage here? Darüssafaka trying to force it away from downtown and tie this game up. Well, here comes a pick and pop now with Blazer. Blazer now putting the spin on. Blazer goes up. Good defense by Gabe Olasheni. And now under a minute and a half to go here. Well, Starks gets fouled now. It's not a bad foul. It's only the 13th foul here for Hapoel, so it's going to be a sideline ball here to Darüssafaka. I think a timeout is going to be called by Selçuk Erdenak. This team trailed by 3 points with 1:23 to go in the fourth quarter. Now Hapoel with one more team foul to give, I believe.
Don't worry about it. We'll win this game. Now this is their bench. Here we have the ball. I want them to be waiting. Okay. That's 4. That's 5. You're here. Either come like this or like this. Get the ball here. After we get the ball. Wayne, you come over here. AK, you come over here. Stay next to each other. Understand? You're on the high side. Dodo. Gabe. You set that ball screen to his right. Go over here. Who gonna take? Your man gonna take. I want you to go like this to the
Well, if you look at the second quarter there, went in favor of Hapoel, but again, that's got to be down to the fact that within 3 minutes of play, Darüssafaka had already put them in the penalty, so Hapoel did a good job of just getting to the charity stripe and wearing then Dachka's defense down. Well, Selçuk Erdenak, his team came out very effective in the beginning of the game, coming up with loose balls. Every missed shot from Hapoel, they were getting out in transition, running the floor, but the defense collectively just lacks so much discipline in the second quarter. Well, big possession out here, 1:23 to go, and he's down by 3 points. Dachka must get something going. Hapoel with only one more foul to give. McCullough now with the penetration. Gets blocked in the pass, now it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a baseline ball here to Dachka. Well, Starks went down this one. Look at the ball in the hands of Wayne McCullough. Well, we get it to Yahav now. Yahav goes baseline, reverse layup, and that's a smooth move. Well, the wraparound. Well, Kadeen Carrington's now back in the game here. Well, Noam Dovrat splitting the defense, slicing, and Tyson again, a little bit risky there, but well, picks his dribble up. How's Bliza now? 6 in the shot clock now. They got to get something here. Well, there's the crossover. And the foul has been committed. That's a silly foul to give away because now it's going to be a fresh 14 on the shot clock here for Hapoel. Well, look at this from Kwasi Yahav. Well, from North London, Barking Academy, where he learned the game, of course. Well, Darüssafaka with only one more foul to give, just like Hapoel. Zach Hankins, my goodness gracious. I think Chick is just probably saying, what are you doing? Focus on the game, but Hank is just trying to make sure health and safety takes precedence there. Well, classes cleanup 101. Your instructor, Zach Hankins, teaching the mop boy a thing or two about keeping the floor clean. Now the other mop boy's in. Well, Professor Hankins on custodian duties here at the University of Zach Hankins. Well, there's Itai Segev, the Israeli international, and Osmani, the Turkish international, both featuring at the FIBA Eurobasket this summer. Osmani, of course, playing in the Tbilisi venue, where they went up against Georgia, Spain, Bulgaria, and Belgium. While Itai Segev was with Israel, playing in the Czech Republic in the Prague venue, which they were one of the only few teams that defeated Finland. Well, 14 here on the shot clock. They got to get something here. Put the ball in the hands now of Oz Blazer. Now go back to Norm Dovrat. Well, finding Carrington. Carrington in the lane. Puts a floater up. Doesn't get it. Well, now Darüssafaka with a chance here to take the lead. Is this deja vu? Remember, 1 year ago today, game day one, Bonzi Colson hit the three-pointer for a Turkish team, Pinar Karşıyaka, in this arena against Hapoel. Will the same happen? Can Darüssafaka do the same? Ozdemiroğlu now finds Yaboa, and an offensive foul. Well, great job there by Oz Blazer. Well, he must have heard what I said. He said history will not repeat itself. Well, young players watching. Look how Blazer sets himself to take the charge outside the semicircle. Well, now if you're Darüssafaka, you got to foul here. You must foul. Well, Speedy Smith has checked into the game here, probably just to give him an option in the backcourt. Ozdemiroğlu and Kadeem Carrington. Well, both players just need to walk away right now. Nobody wants to pick up a technical foul here. And Ozdemiroğlu, for sure, needs to be careful. Let's have a look at the replay here. Again, it's just silly from Ozdemiroğlu. You're losing the game right now. You got to keep your composure. The officials don't want this to escalate. They want this game. It's been a great game of basketball. Both teams back and forth with each other. Now, going back to last year's game, Anthony Bennett, the former first-round #1 pick in the 2013 NBA draft, 2012, excuse me, was in the same situation. Hapoel were winning against Pinar Karşıyaka, also from Turkey. An unsportsmanlike was called, and he missed one free throw that allowed Pinar Karşıyaka to get the game-winning three-pointer. Carrington, this is deja vu right now. This is very similar to last season when Anthony Bennett missed a free throw to put them up by 3. Will the same thing happen? Oh, he's missed it. And again, will it happen? Deja vu time. Ozdemiroğlu with the ball in his hands. Foul has been committed. Not a bad foul there. One last timeout for Darüssafaka. 4.7 left.
Seconds. What do we do? We go 0. Okay. Be here. We trust to your field. Whichever pass you use. We are down 2. Yes, sir. You go off. You come all the way. Dodo. Back screen.
That's you, right?
To both sides to Dodo. Do not climb over people. Do not jump in the air and look for passes. Gabe in, this way. Okay?
Let's go.
Remember, the Hapoel, you do not want to foul right now. Any foul will send him to the free throw line. Well, there was the charge taken by Oz Blazer. 4.7 seconds left. Are we going to overtime? Will Hapoel win, or can Darüssafaka still the winner? Well, they don't get the ball to Wayne McCullough. We got to get it inbound. We get a handoff now with Stocks. Stocks, Hail Mary, almost got it. Ladies and gentlemen, Yahav, Hapoel, Tov, as they win this one, 69-67 over Darüssafaka. And history will not repeat itself on game day one like it did last season against Pinar Karşıyaka, as Hapoel, they pick up victory here on game day one in Group B of the Basketball Champions League. I'm just amazed that Darüssafaka didn't put the ball in the hands of Wade McCullough. I mean, they went for the give and go with Gabe Olasheni and Markel Starks, but again, maybe not the right option. Darüssafaka came out like a house on fire in this game as they went up by 13 points and controlled the tempo, but led by Levi Randolph, Kaneen Carrington, and Zach Hankins. Mishpacha Shel Hapoel. Many people criticizing, is this team as good as previous seasons? But on game day one, they pick up the first victory. Darüssafaka, they'll get on the next flight back to Istanbul as they need to regroup. Well, 30% from the perimeter, not a bad stat there from Yerushalayim. And Darüssafaka and the rebounds with the assists, of course, going in favor of Hapoel and Zach Hankins. What a game he had. 10 points. Kaneen Carrington was 17, the former JDR Dijon player. But Randolph with his mid-range excellence led the way for the Israelis here tonight. And just look at that sign there, that picture. Yalla Hapoel. Those fans will say back to their players. Yalla Hapoel. Yeshli shte malim. I have two words they would say. Yalla Hapoel. Well, some of the key highlights in this game, of course, I mean, the key thing for me was the scoring from Kaneen Carrington. You know, where I felt that Darüssafaka was very dangerous when they were going to a lot of pick and rolls, but Zach Hankins, I mean, at times it was 10 points, but it was more his rebounding that caused the problems, but that could have been a key basket there from Oz Blazer at the end of the third quarter. Well, the big games that happened here this evening. Hapoel Holon coming up with a victory on the road in Warsaw, while Peristeri giving a rude introduction to Bnei Herzliya, who lost in the Israeli Winter League final last season against Hapoel Holon. Levi Randolph, the professional journeyman, one of the best professionals you'll find here in Europe. And there was a three-pointer that did not win them the game by Markel Starks. As Hapoel, onto their critics, they pick up the victory here on game day one in Group E of the Basketball Champions League. Well, you can see the celebrations from these sets of fans and players. What a finish it was.